just do a little check-in because I wanted to do that. I feel a little bit disconnected from myself, so I need to make better choices that will like bring me closer to where I actually want to be. I'm thinking about being for Strength of Youth counselor over the summer, which I did a couple years ago. So I called BYU to get my account all figured out, and that worked out really well. And it was like a 10-15 minute phone call, and something I've been in the back of my mind for months is just taken care of like that. So I'm learning to not like be so frustrated about things not happening and just taking the call or leaving the call be, just leaving it be. So we all have limited time, and I just watched this this interview from Alex Hermsini just talking about like how he really is kind of like accepted that his life is going to, end of the day, it's how his life is going to be forgotten. So it's like, if I can, he's like, that's given me a tremendous freedom of action. I feel like I haven't really given that to myself all the time. I'm learning to give myself that more, just give myself more clarity and just be like, hey, like just showing up, getting a couple things done is better than nothing. Still sleeping on the one friend's couch. Sleeping is a little bit problematic, a little frustrating, but I'm pushing through. We're getting through. So I'm just learning to have more joy. Yesterday I went to BYU and ended up talking to a bunch of people. And then the rest of the day yesterday I got to get some chicken tacos for Cinco de Mayo. It really helped me see like God really is trying to bless me as much as possible. But sometimes I just don't take the call. Sometimes I harden my heart and I'm just frustrated with him. And I don't want to speak that. Or there's things that are unresolved, untaken care of, unhealed. And I want to be upset with myself because of that, when the healing really isn't God's timing. So I ended up meeting this person yesterday who is ADHD like I do. They're getting married in like a month. And he's just telling me like how the dating thing for him was really frustrating. He just kind of like stopped trying and just worked on himself. And then it worked out. So he's like, yeah, I kind of see where you're at. You're in a very similar spot. So yeah, so that was cool. I mean, I felt like God had reached out to me through that person. So that was cool. But yeah, that's really what it comes down to. I was in the shower last night. It was a nice hot shower. And then I had a friend come to mind. I ended up calling him after that. And I just felt like it's just so cool to talk to this friend. And I was able to put aside like any of my like limited beliefs. I just reached out to him even though it was late at night, and we had a great talk. So again, just having the courage to take the call, to answer the call, to just make the call, to go for it. That's learning more to do. I'm grateful. Rudolph and Logan, I hope you guys are well. It's really just, this is me just showing up for myself, because that's what you got to do end of the day. I mean, I look back at like times in my life where I really did such a good job of showing up for myself. I think it's really tempting to just show up just for other people. And I think it's okay to have that as something you want to do, but it makes such a difference when we just willing to show up for ourselves. So yeah, we need all the prayers. That's for sure. We know that these are last days before Christ comes back. We're living in prophesied times right now. So a lot of crazy stuff going on. Yeah, I'm gonna be working. I'm against the wall right now, but I am in a shopping center, believe it or not. I just wanted to, somebody's trying to get in their car or something. I don't know. I'm just sort of in between places right now, so it's a little bit crazy, but slowly by slowly, I'm getting a clear vision, clear peace of mind, clear focus. And that really adds up. I don't really have a preference with that, but yeah. So hopefully moving out pretty soon. Still some things that have to be worked out. I don't really know how this is gonna work out, but I'm just kind of chilling. I met somebody yesterday, and they were just having a great time watching this movie. I met him at BYU campus, and he was just time watching a movie and just chilling. So I think a lot of it comes down to just choosing when you're going to chill and just sticking with that. I sometimes struggle with that. Sometimes it's easy to just jump right into working on something. Like today has kind of flown by. Like I really haven't gotten very much done today at all. But I'm out of the house, out of the apartment, so that's cool. Yeah, that's it. I re-watched or re-listened to one of my old podcast episodes from 2022. And that was super helpful to hear myself talk about how life was good. But back then, life was actually really like rough and crazy. Choosing to see life as the gift that it is. Whereas now it's sometimes tending to have a little bit of a sense of entitlement. And that doesn't help me at all. You know, like you just put in the work and things will work out for you in due time. So yeah, you know, I'm grateful. We're just kind of hanging out because I know that this is like really, really tough. I mean, my time, like right now, it's not super scheduled, but that could change really quickly, especially with being a counselor for FSY again. You know, I would be spending like literally the whole day, every day, you know, being there and helping out the youth with the program with that. So a lot of it is just about letting yourself have peace of mind before things come together for you. It says in Philippians 4:7 about that if you will be anxious for nothing and make your requests known to God, then your mind will be guarded with that peace that surpasses all understanding. So I'm also having just blessings come out of nowhere. The last like 24 hours, there's definitely been a lot of blessings that have happened. It's just kind of helped me see like these blessings are coming, but I have to be willing to receive them and not run away from them. And they come on God's time, not mine. So end of the day, you just have to like put in the work and show up and do what you got to do. And then everything else will kind of take care of itself. But if you're like refreshing your message over and over again, like I've done before, just wanting somebody to text you back when you texted them like 10 minutes ago, it's like, yeah, dude, like there's so little time, and technology has been designed to like addict you to it and to spend as much time with it, like basically have it be, you attach brain and certain things to it. But end of the day, you can break free from that. And there's plenty of people that have, and yeah, you think of like in the future, there's people that will struggle much more than anything than what you've struggled with. So yeah, that's that. I'm grateful. God is definitely providing for me, and it's a little bit crazy. We're just in between place right now, and I'm just trying to trust in the light and to not run away from God's love and his encouragement. And it often comes from places that I may not have expected, but that's really how it goes. God can show up whenever he wants. I made this newsletter last night about how God will leave speechless with his blessings, and it kind of came down to asking God for mercy, which leads to being able to better feel his celebration, and then how that can lead to, you know, better and better things. Oh, you know, you have the story of the prodigal son who runs away from home, takes his inheritance, spends it in riotous living, and then comes home, and his dad like immediately like celebrates him and just tells him come home. It's a special, beautiful thing. So not quite sure of like how I'm going to use the lessons and stuff I'm learning right now in the future. But I think of like the whole creating content, like I could go back and rewatch this and remember this moment and sort of remember the energy of this moment, the uncertainty, the craziness of this moment, and remember that like I got through it, you know? So, and there's different opportunities, there's better opportunities ahead. So it helps to make good use out of ones you have right now. And yeah, so much of joy comes down to the people that we spend time with, and also that we're associated with. That comes like with online, that comes with everything else. So trying to elevate those two, and it's just not going to happen overnight. It's just not going to happen with a snap of a finger. It's just not. So if you can be okay with it taking time with whatever it is, like whether it's healing your heart or building a business or whatever, if you can just be okay with it not happening really fast and learn to celebrate all the little wins along the way, then you're golden. But once you start like, oh, this, I was expecting this to happen at this point and it hasn't yet, and you just kind of beat yourself up about it, like that's not good. Like we got no time for that. I mean, really, if you look at like the people who are trained for the Olympics right now, they're like putting in this crazy amount of work. They can be the best of the best, and they have no time to like wait and to like give to silly excuses and stuff like that. So yeah, and the time's gonna go by either way. So I'm 30 yet, but someday I will be 30. So it's like, where do I want to be when I'm 30? Do I still want to be kind of where I'm at right now? No. Do I want to be better about waking up and working? Yes. And that is something that there just has to be those little changes that happen. You just sort of write those into the story. And yeah, that's how it goes. Like, I've been working for my friend's startup for 6 months now, and it has grown. It hasn't grown quite as much as we were hoping it would, but it has grown because I have done a decent amount of showing up, cold calls, all that good stuff. Yeah, so improving the strategy. Now I'm just giving myself grace for showing up right here as I am and not worrying about the past so much, because the past is like super, super gone. You can't change anything about it. So yeah, it's the intentionally showing up. And then you can also go like on social media or whatever with the intention to advance you closer to some goal, and like, so like you look at it through that frame. That's the paradigm. That could also be really good too. I find when you just get on social media or even messages or whatever it is for like just cause, like, it generally isn't that great, because you're more than just nothing. You're more than just a blob. You're more than just a robot, so remembering that when you spend time on these platforms is helpful. And if the last years are any indication, these things are probably going to get more and more better at asking for your time and money, and you just have to be more on your guard with it. I think a lot of it comes down to choice, like being able to say no, just intentionally, just being like, okay, like this is what I'm going to do, and I don't have any wiggle room with this. Like that super insane consistency. Like LeBron example, like he has tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of comments on his stuff, and if he wanted to, he could spend like all of his time like going back and reading all those comments from years ago, or hate comments or whatever, but it's just a complete waste of time. Like, he has to prepare for the next game, and I think that is something I really need to like figure out a way to apply that to my own life. Just creating more consistent projects that push me, and then setting myself up to do those things. And then just kind of going after it, because what it does is it creates this sense of urgency, because you know that you need to show up. You need to show up. You know that you're, and that you can't be replaced. So you have a part to play. You have a role to play. Like, again, with me, with helping out with the startup, I'm helping out with a lot of the list building and the data entry and the cold calling. And if I don't do my part, then the rest of the team also suffers. So it comes down to recognizing your role and playing it, and just playing it the best you can, and being okay with like some days you're going to show up and you're really not going to make very much progress, but you make some progress. I was talking with a friend yesterday, and he was telling me he's doing some sales right now, and he didn't knock as many doors as he wanted to, but he knocked some. And he's kind of he's more like early to the knocking doors thing. It's like, well, it's kind of like Alex Hormozi said, like volume negates luck. So if you just keep getting better and improving, in this case, like knocking doors, you will improve and you'll build this overwhelming bank of evidence that you are who you say you are and that you want to improve and you want to get better. So right now feels really uncertain. And one of the things you can do when things feel super uncertain is to work, show up, and to pray, talk to God about it, and to go out and serve other people. I mean, that's really like some of the best things that you can do. Those are things I'm getting better at, and I think really at a basic level, if for whatever reason future Dallin's watching this again, it just comes down to owning the mornings, dude. You own the mornings, and the rest of the day is kind of taking. I mean, last Saturday I ran a half marathon, and that I was such a good energy field after that. And you just kind of follow that, and you let it take you where it takes you. You receive the blessings that God is sending, and you just kind of keep going. So things are going to work out. God is sending more blessings than I could have imagined at this point in my life. And I'm just trying to receive them and just be grateful, because there's a lot of spiritual treasures I'm gaining without much financial, temporal treasures. But I know that this is something that he is also able to take care of for me. So yeah, I made a YouTube video a while ago about when your back is against the wall, and the idea I kind of shared was like reading the writing on the wall and committing to some way to work through it, some day by day thing, and then number 3 of just accounting to God every day about your progress. So if you can talk to God, you can talk to anybody, and he who stands up to God, who can bow down to God, can stand up to anyone. So yeah, we're still kind of like trying to get my energy flow back, experiencing some joy, experiencing more clarity, peace of mind, learning to just stay with God all the time and not worry about stuff that goes through my head that is not helpful and is not bringing me closer to my goal. Like at the very basic level, if it's not bringing me closer to my goal, then I just can't afford to make time for it, because time is so limited. Time is fleeting, and it's going to be gone. So yeah, it just comes back to James Clear just making those 1% improvements, and those will add up very handsomely in due time. The compound interest of improvement, day by day, stacking it up. I guess I'll end this little thought with something else from that book. It just says that every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become, for the becoming. So the real goal is to just have more days, more votes, more choices stacked in favor of the thing you want to become, as opposed to the thing you don't want to become. We all slip, we all make mistakes, we all say some things we wish we hadn't said or whatever, but then you can just improve from that point and be a better person. So yeah, going to the guy I met yesterday, who was telling me, he has ADHD like I do. He's getting married next month. He was telling me that he learned a lot of lessons that have helped him to really cherish, his fiance. Whereas if she had come in life earlier, then he might have fumbled it or messed it up or something. So yeah, so it just comes down to just being thankful for every day and recognizing that you're free in Christ. Like right now, when you choose to trust him, like you're free right now. Yeah, there's different blessings that could deliver you, like financially or emotionally, something that would be nice. Just right now, you are free by the blood of Christ and trusting his name and his goodness. I think one of the biggest things I fall into is where I'm at right now, and then seeing like, oh, this is going to take forever. I've hardly made any progress, but God is obviously aware of what's actually going on. So yeah, the rest of today, just work, and probably eat some food, do some other stuff, and it'll be okay. I need to work more each day so I can make enough money to pay for a new place, but I'm just trusting in the better days ahead, and that as long as I just keep showing up like this and other ways, that I'll get to a much better place. And all the steps back, all the things where you drop the ball, like you learn from those things and you're better for them. So when you know better which direction to go into because you've made certain mistakes, then you can choose to go in that direction much faster, and you can also come up with ways to do that. Yeah, again, from Alex Hormozy, he was talking about how he's lost it all a couple times, and how each time that's happened, it's helped him learn a lot of things. And now, he has it in books and he has his podcast. And for me, doing my podcast has been super, super helpful to better keep track of lessons I've learned and to not throw those lessons away, to keep appreciating those. We need to be reminded much more than we need to be time. So yeah, that's that. It's this feeling of uncertainty, but being certain that God will come through, and that I need to make it as easy for myself as humanly possible. Just stack up all the bricks in my favor. Whatever the thing is, just make it so easy for me to do what needs to get done, and then moving forward and trusting it. So, and then not comparing myself needlessly to other people. My day 3 to somebody else's day 5,000 or whatever. We're all on our own journey, and yeah, where we look pretty much influences where we're going to end up. So I'm trying to look to God a lot more, trying to look to just better days. I spent a lot of time last month writing my newsletter. That was a healing experience. So obviously spending time writing on that helps me improve my focus, which just helps me show up better in life and be more in the moment. And these are things that will just get better over time. And it just will come down to being more patient when things feel really, really crazy, and recognizing that I'm already, I'm free with Christ's goodness and help. And he wants me to have more strength and more joy in my life so I can better help out people. But yeah, that's it. I'm grateful for good friends, grateful for just people that are helping me to make the most of this time. This isn't really where I thought I would be at this point in time, but that's okay. We can learn from it and move forward and be better. And so much of it is about doing what you said you would do. So I want to get better at that a lot too. If I said I'm going to work at this time, actually work at that time instead of getting swayed by, there's so many distractions, and those could be really uplifting experiences. You could watch some really amazing movie, it would help you. But when you need to work and you've already committed to work, then that's what you have to do. Now, if you'd chill, okay, I worked, now I need to hang out and chill, and you choose to work again, but you really wanted to chill, that's obviously not good. So doing what you said you would do, trusting the process, giving yourself more grace, full language, calling out to God for mercy. Yeah. That's some of the stuff on my mind, because there's a lot of things that just feel so out of my control. I'm really just trying to just improve, get better so I can be more useful, because I know that God does want to use us for his work, but we have to be willing to surrender and trust him. So trying to get better at that, and just going to keep going. So I know you just got to keep surrendering and trust God, and it'll be okay. But that's tough to accept sometimes. So yeah, here we are, backs against the wall, but we're going to rise up and get some things done today. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.